Alright guys, we gotta make this quick because I'm running behind pretty bad, but I will have the day one scout video up mid-morning this morning. I'd posted a thing on Facebook asking, you know, what you would do in this given situation, and I'd already kind of made my mind up that I was going to go in and at least hang a stand and hunt this morning for that buck I got on camera, or really any buck, but I think he'll be the one we'll run into if we do get an opportunity. But a couple reasons for that. A, you know, you got a buck that's moving in daylight, you know, within the last day or so. I think you got to go after him. Two, I've got some wind cover, so this morning the wind's blowing pretty good, so I'll have a little bit of cover for sound for getting set up and stuff. So that's really good in this creek bottom, because if you make a lot of noise, you're kind of going to be screwed. And third, I have a wind that I can work with for them coming back to bed. So I got to get moving here. I need to be set up within the hour, and that's a tall task considering the walk we got. So we're gonna get after it. We'll see you in the tree. Well, the good news is we're set up, ready to go. Didn't hear any deer blow, didn't jump any, but thank goodness we had some wind cover, because I elected to bring my Lone Wolf Alpha instead of my Assault. It's just a little heavier, and I know I'm probably going to keep a stand in this area, and I'll just move it around. It'll keep me from having to carry one in every time. Well, I also elected to bring a set of sticks I got off a guy before I left home, or a buddy before I left home. And they don't have any stealth strips, nothing to silence the buckles, nothing, so it was very clunky compared to my usual setup. I come in here after that buck that I got on camera yesterday, or any, you know, 130s or better buck, but it's incredible how green everything is still. I mean, I can't see anything. It's not going to be anything like when I killed my buck last year. I could see this whole creek bottom behind me. I mean, it was thick at ground level, but I could see 100 yards across it. The wind isn't the best, but it is manageable. We're gonna have to stay on our toes to see deer, unless they come right under us. I mean, it is thick. You'll see here in a minute when it gets real good light. I'll pan around and show everybody what it looks like. I remember it being kind of thick that first time I come up here last year at the end of October, but it changes a lot over the next 2 weeks. Let's sit tight here. It's about 7:40. It's 7:49. It's official sunrise. Maybe we'll see a buck. Headed back to the vehicle now. I couldn't find anything back in there to make me feel like I need to move that stand. Look at this. This is just done this morning. Look, one over there too. There's three scrapes underneath that tree, and you can hear the cars going by. There's always like monster rubs and stuff right here, but I'm beginning to wonder if there's a chance that any of this is getting done in the daytime. I think what I may do is I may throw one of my cameras, my trail cameras, in the pack. Next time I come up in here, I'll throw one on one of these scrapes, because there's a tree right up here too that's got scrapes on it. So look, holy cow. What in the world is going on? There's a scrape line. Let me see if they freshened this one up over here that I saw yesterday. I don't understand it. Yeah, see, this one's not as fresh. Still pretty fresh, but they've worked those other ones more recently. With the way the wind's blowing, it all had to be this morning. Otherwise there'd be leaves all in it. I might end up hunting right next to the road. I'm gonna put a camera on it. We'll see. Well, self-filming and being this mobile public land hunter, it all sounds fun until you have to strap 55 pounds on your back and then walk a mile, mile and a half through a marsh. It's not a lot of fun, but it is rewarding. You get that buck on the ground, it's super rewarding. But it's 1:30 right now. I'm gonna head in. I've got good time to scout. I'm just gonna keep the stand on my back, and if I find something good to set up on, I'm gonna set up, and if I don't find anything good to set up on, I'm not gonna set up. So we'll see how it goes here. Alright guys, I gotta say that the conditions couldn't be any more perfect for what I'm doing today. I'm going back across this marsh that I saw yesterday, and the wind is in my face, and I'm hoping it'll be the same way when I get back here, but looks like it's gonna set up perfect. Hopefully we can get on some good sign and have a good hunt tonight. Also, on another note, you can definitely tell a difference between the Lone Wolf Assault and Alpha. Those 3 pounds, even if you're talking about 50 or 55 pounds total, 3 pounds is 3 pounds, and it's definitely noticeable. And I've got more gear on my back than usual. Let's see if we can find a big buck. Don't we all love big bucks? That was a deep one. Almost had man down.
That was almost like quicksand. I'm making a change of plans. I'm gonna go to a place that I picked out on the map before I even come over here first. It may ruin the other spot for wind-wise, but it just looks good on a map. It's kind of a point, a wooded point that sticks out, and they basically have to go through it to avoid walking through the field, and looks like there's a pond or a slough back there that also forces them to that point. So it looks like a good place to try. I'm gonna work my way that way, and if there's no sign, I'll come back. Mainly I want to get a stand set up tonight for in the morning. I don't believe that stand's getting used anymore. I bet that thing weighs 200 pounds. Well, we're starting to get a little bit of deer sign. I see rubs from years past running this, cutting this corner like I thought they would. There is a scrape here. Hasn't been checked today. I'm gonna try and ease right on up just a little bit more, right to the corner, right where it nicks them down a little more. That way, hopefully we can funnel them and get a shot if we see a good one. It's very fulfilling to pick a spot out on the map, not see any sign all the way through the woods, and then see sign right where you thought it would be. It's not a lot, but it doesn't take much. I'd just be happy seeing some deer, have something to go off of. The wind up here is very light. I hope we still have it in our favor, but we'll see. Well, I gotta say, that was one of the toughest hanging hunts I think I've ever done. We're in here amongst all these saplings, you can see, and it was just brutal. I had to pick a pretty small tree. There's two decent sized ones side by side. I actually had to start the sticks on one side and then put the second stick on the other, and then hang the stand on the second tree as well. It's just been a mess, but it's very fulfilling knowing that I looked at that map and picked this as a pretty good pinch or funnel. This point sets up good for bedding, and it's looking like there's some good bedding cover around. There's still not a whole lot for sign. There's a lot of big rubs from like last year and years past. They're all going back and forth across the corner of this field. You'll see it before the night's over with, but I'm only about 30 yards maybe from the edge of the public. There's a field here that's private, and I'm set up in that inside corner connecting the public. It's a really good setup. I mean, it's a perfect rut funnel. I mean, perfect. Like, I think you get a cool, crisp November morning, I think this might be money. So, depending on how tonight goes, I may come back and hunt it in the morning. It's kind of rough getting here, but we made it. But it's about 3:30 right now, so we got about a little over 3 hours. And we'll finish getting everything set up and relax for a little bit. Oh, I also set this stand opposite of the way I normally would because I'm having to hunt so low. I wanted to face it almost 180 from the way it is, but because it's so low, I wanted to back the deer coming from behind me so the tree could block me. So when we start getting into those good times, you'll probably see me standing up facing behind me looking. Wish us luck.